Congresswoman, could you tell us about Staten Island and your district a little bit?
Sure. Well, I represent Staten Island and part of Brooklyn. I represent that part if you went over the Verrazano Narrows Bridge that's closest. It's Bay Ridge, Bensonhurst, Dyker Heights, and an area called Gravesend. It's a great community. When you come to Staten Island, as you see, it's mostly 1- and 2-family homes. A very large suburban community of about 485,000 people. It's a real small town, though, of 485,000, where everybody knows everybody or is related to someone. The majority of people do work in Manhattan or in businesses here on Staten Island. We have some of the best schools the city has to offer, most of them winning national awards. The school we're at right now, Staten Island Technical School, is one of the specialized schools in the city and prepares people in Russian and engineering, and a lot of the kids that graduate here go on to terrific colleges and mostly with scholarships. The funny part about this is my dad's high school, Newdorp High School. Many years ago, when I first got into the city council, this was called McKee Technical School, and it was a school they were going to close, and one of the first things I did was to launch an effort to save it, because I was so convinced that there was a population on Staten Island that wanted great educational opportunities and specialized education without traveling to Manhattan, and this has now become one of the premier schools and one of the toughest to get into, so it's got a lot of history in my family and in Staten Island too. Of course, the one thing that differentiates Staten Island from the rest of the city and probably the rest of the world is Fresh Kills Dump. It is the world's largest landfill. It's about 3,000 square acres and about 200 feet high. And it's a real source of exasperation for Staten Islanders because it is the only garbage dump for all of the city of New York. So we take in about 27,000 tons per day, and no matter how beautiful it is, no matter where you are, no matter what park or what part of the ocean you're at, there's going to be times in the day when you're going to smell it, and there's no end in sight and there's no answers for what we're going to do with it. So that is probably one of the main reasons why Staten Islanders are going to go to the polls this November and try and secede from the city. These are hard-working people who do all they can to raise their families and keep this area crime-free and keep their moms and dads from, staying here and living in senior citizen housing. And sometimes New York City and all its problems just get a little too close to us.